to take confident steps. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guest. Imagine falling into the deep end of a swimming pool without knowing how to swim. At that moment, the real danger isn't the depth. It's often the fear. So life throws us into situations where we feel unprepared. Just like that pool, the first thing we must do is believe we can survive. Just hear the powerful part. Once we get out, stop panicking. Then we start floating. We discover strength that we didn't know we had. And here, the powerful part. Once we get out, we don't just walk away. We learn to swim. Because growth doesn't happen in shallow waters. It happens when we are challenged. Similarly, as your Sergeant at Arms, I'm here to support you with any technical assistance you may need, ensuring your journey in today's meeting runs smoothly. And by the end of today's education session, with our expert trainer, Toastmaster Vijay, you will be confidently handling challenges. No fear, only confidence. Before we get started, here are a few quick online reminders. First, please keep your microphones muted unless you are speaking. Keep your cameras on as far as possible because it helps us stay connected and engaged. We refrain from talking on 3 taboo topics. That's politics, religion, and sex. If you have any queries, put in a chat. We shall address it during the Q&A session later. As we all have missions in life, in Toastmasters too, we have a mission. We empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. Our district mission, we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Now that we are all set for the productive and inspiring session, let me introduce our dynamic MC for the day, Toastmaster Chitrananda. Toastmaster Chitrananda is an MCA graduate, entrepreneur in the printing industry, alongside managing social media content, company accounts, and operations. She has passion for arts and digital design, serving as BPPR at Newstart Toastmasters Club. Her journey in Toastmaster has enriched her leadership and communication journey. So all my dear Toastmasters, join me in giving a virtual round of applause to Toastmaster Chitrananda.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms. Yeah. Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Ronald, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening, distinguished members, fellow Toastmasters and guests. A warm welcome to our joint table topic mastery session, proudly hosted by Newstart Toastmasters Club and E&, Toastmasters Club, supported by Area 3 and Division A. In our busy lives, we often forget to speak clearly and casually, without over-justifying ourselves at work or at home. Table topics gives us a fun and safe place to practice thinking and speaking on our feet. Let's use this opportunity to express ourselves confidently and make our communication sharper in Toastmasters and beyond. Today, we come together as one learning community, ready to think fast, speak confidently, and have a lots of fun along the way. Get ready to sharpen your impromptu speaking skills as our trainer, Toastmaster Vijay Ramah, shared tips, techniques, and some surprises. To officially begin this session, let me introduce our club president, Toastmaster Jay Shankar. Toastmaster Jay Shankar is the president of Newstart Toastmasters Club. He has been working as a chartered accountant at DP World Group for the past 13 years. I now invite our club president, Toastmaster Jay Shankar, to deliver the opening address. Toastmaster Jay Shankar, can you please unmute?
Sorry. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honorable guests. Once again, welcome to the meeting. Joined by Newstart Toastmaster Club and EN Toastmaster Club. I have one question here. How many of you remember your first day in your Toastmaster meeting? When I attended the first meeting, when the table topic master went to the stage and explained the rule, I was trying to hide behind the person who is sitting in front of me. At that time, I was not aware the table topic master is used to call the newcomer. When they called my name, I went to the stage and I couldn't speak much. But that day, I understood I have to join a Toastmaster club to improve my communication skill as well as my impromptu speaking. As all of us know, life does not always give us time to prepare. We are expected to think clearly and speak confidently and respond wisely. It can happen at work, home, and leadership roles. The Toastmaster help us to develop this skill in a safe and very supportive environment. Table topic session is one session which train us to organize our thought and control our nerves and express ideas clearly and confidently. Each time, whenever you stand up for this session without preparation, it strengthens your confidence and sharpen your thinking. Today's training is about the table topic mastery. Let us listen carefully to the trainer, absorb the technique, and most importantly, apply those techniques in the table topic section going forward. Because mastering table topic session is not about winning contest, it is about winning a real life. Let us learn, practice, and grow together. Today, let me welcome the two dignitaries in this meeting to hear something from them. Our Division Director, Toastmaster Prasad Kadam. I am handing over the stage to Prasad Kadam to hear from him. Over to you, Prasad.
Thank you so much, President Toastmaster Jay Shankar, our Area 3 Director Toastmaster Rajalakshmi, our Area Director Toastmaster Vijay, and the dignitaries and both the excoms of the clubs and members of both the clubs, division and the district. A warm good evening to you all. Today's this joint table topic mastery session is a wonderful example of how two clubs, when they come together to collaborate to do something for their club members, and this is a perfect like a example how to do a servant leadership. And today's session on table topics. See, table topic may just last for just 1 minute or two, but the confidence, the clarity, and quick thinking they build on can last a lifetime. And to conduct this session just at the time of the contest season as a very apt decision by both the club XCOM. So big kudos to the both the club XCOM, and to conduct this session to choose a trainer, the champion himself, Toastmaster Vijay, our last year's DTAC champion for table topic. So we could not ask for anyone better than him to train us today. So I I request all the members to take the maximum benefit out of this session and go and excel at the upcoming table topic contest and all the impromptu speaking opportunities we get in your life. Back to you, Toastmaster Jaishankar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasad, for that wonderful speech. Now, let me call upon stage our area director, Toastmaster Rajlashmi. Toastmaster Rajlashmi, we want to hear something from you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. First of all, congratulations to Newstart Toastmasters and Ian Toastmasters for organizing this joint education session. Actually, this is the need of the hour now because the contest fever is there for everyone, every Toastmasters. So the much needed how to tackle table topics, the needed session, that's the need of the hour. So congratulations once again for organizing this, and eagerly waiting to hear from our trainer, area director, Toastmaster Vijay, how to think on our feet, active thinking, active listening, what are the techniques to be utilized. All these we all are looking forward to. All the best wishes to everyone who is attending, and over to you, Toastmaster Jaishankar. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajalashmi, for your wonderful message. Let us learn from the champion table topic master of DTAC 2025. Let us learn, grow, and absorb the technique. With that, let me hand over the stage to Toastmaster Chitra Nanda. Toastmaster Chitra Nanda, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaishankar and Toastmaster Prasad and Toastmaster Rajalakshmi for the welcome address. Now it's time to get into the main action. Let's begin with today's actual session, Table Topics Mastery Workshop. Let me introduce our trainer for today's meeting. Toastmaster Vijay is a Malaysian national based in Dubai since 2022. With over 15 years of global learning and development experience across more than 25 countries. He holds a master's by research in psychology and serves as an examiner and assessment specialist with Cambridge University London in linguistics. A former youth ambassador of Malaysia and a trilingual media personality fluent in English, Malay, and Tamil. He is also a national reality TV show oratory champion 2018 in Malaysia and a triple DTAC champion. Currently, he serves as an Area 35 director, bringing a wealth of expertise, leadership, and inspiration to the Toastmasters community. is now actively seeking roles in learning and talent development and corporate training opportunities. Please join me in welcome DTAC 2025 champion for table topic contest, Toastmaster Vijay Ramah.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Chitra, and also every one of you. I hope I'm loud and clear. If yes, please give me a thumbs up in the reactions. Okay, that's great. Can I get the admin's permission to share the slides? And thank you so much for your questions. If you still have some questions, keep coming in the question column, or the Zoom master will probably collect it and we can handle it towards the end. And also, I believe some of the questions are already be covered as we go in the sessions. Yeah. Okay. So I'll be sharing my slides. Okay, guys, are you able to see my slides? Yes, great. So feel free to sometimes unmute and speak as well. If not, I know virtual sessions can be a bit engaging, but also to ensure, I know even if you don't turn on the video, it's okay, but feel free to unmute and answer when there is some engaging part or the questions that comes up. Yeah. So before we go into this, so first of all, well done and congratulations for even attending the session, because I believe that all of you are in the session today. Around 30 of you will be attempting your table topics contest, because attempting table topics in your club level is so different than when you go for a contest, right? Because the journey, what you prepare and so on. And today I believe I'll be giving some of the useful information that could help us. Okay. Can you see 5 differences in 13 seconds? If you found them, put it in the chat. Okay, your 13 seconds is over. We have got cloud, flower, 1 butterfly, number of flowers. Okay, somebody got the scarf. Okay, how many of you got all the 5 in 13 seconds? Means you have eye for details. Well done. Okay, that just to refresh your brain. But my real question is, what is actually the difference between table topics and impromptu speaking? We got 5. Anyone, you can unmute and talk. We all thought, isn't it table topics as impromptu speaking? If yes, then why it's called table topics, right? Anybody? You can unmute and speak, and don't worry, there's no wrong answer.
Because we speak on a particular topic, that's fine, maybe.
Yeah, you're there. Thank you, Toastmaster Sunita. So, impromptu speaking is you can talk anything. For instance, let's say during your coffee break, and now after this call is done, when somebody is just speaking to you, and whatever that you speak, you meet somebody during when you're taking your chai and samosa and speaking, that's impromptu speaking. Somebody who can ask you. But table topic is definitely has a structure, and it has a purpose. So remember, when you're attempting a table topics, there is always a purpose. So you don't want to deliver it like you're talking to your neighbor, like you're talking to anybody. That's not, yeah. So that is the main thing that we wanted to keep in mind. And it always has a connection. And if you notice, the word table topics is a copyright word. It's an IP word, actually. Like it has a protected copyright by TM Toastmasters International itself, because table topics itself is had some structure and guideline that was given, especially when it comes to contest. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you have seen the table topics judges ballot. How many of you have seen the judges ballot? That means you know what are you going to be marked on, where the scores are coming from. Can you give me a thumbs up if you have seen it? Well done. Good. Okay. If you have not, I would suggest you please do look for this. Ask your VP Education, your club president, or it's even available just to Google, just type table Toastmasters table topics contest judges ballot, and you will get this. Okay, I'll tell you why. When you prepare for contest, especially, you want to make sure that you are acing in this area where you will be scored. So I give you 30 seconds to look at the ballot. Just have a look at the ballot. Just go through the words. If your screen is small, you can just zoom and see. Okay. Let's go into this and try to understand how we are being marked. So you see there are three big components when you talk about table topics and judging, right? You see first is content, then there is delivery, and there is language. Of course, language is very minute. You could see language only carries like there's two parts on appropriateness and correctness. It's 15 mark, but the other two are much higher. So the first one, the content itself, you see, it's 55% on your speech development effectiveness. So speech development means opening. Do you have a body? Closing? Do you have an organized way, or are you going everywhere? Is there a smoothness? Okay, what is a smoothness? A transition in your speech. Like when you say an opening, then get into the topic. Are you when you tell a story, when you conclude? So you do need a structure, a speech development. Somebody even asked this question. In table topics, it's just impromptu. Can I just speak like anything? Do I still need a structure? Yes, you do need. Okay. And the effectiveness, of course, whatever that I'm speaking, 25 marks for this. Is it logic? Is it has directness? How much enthusiasm I have? And do I achieve the purpose of what I'm talking about? And how my audience give response towards this? That's 25%. Delivery is 30%. Of course, you guys know this very well. Physical, your appearance, body language, speaking area. Like, are you stagnant in one place? Are you using the stage very well? How are you using your body language? And of course, your voice. Voice means in a sense of your flexibility, your volume. Do you know when to whisper? Your pause. All this comes here. Okay. And of course, the last part, language, I told you. Language is more of, it's not about how good your English, your vocabulary, or you are speaking the Queen's English. It's not that. Are you using the appropriate language that your audience can understand? Are you using the appropriate language that was relevant to the topic? For instance, you may get any general topic, but you may speak something from your work, because a lot of people I've seen in table topics, they tend to speak something from their work experience. Well, that's good, but remember, in your work you may have a lot of technical terms, or what we call as jargons. If we use a lot of jargons or technical terms, especially short forms, somebody recently used the word ERP, and they expect everybody to understand. No, then when you use jargons, technical terms, your audience are not going to grasp it, and you may lose points in your language in that. And then of course comes the correctness, your grammar, pronunciation, word selection. Are you using simple words, complex words, and so on? Okay, so that is about the judges ballot. The reason why I start with judges ballot is that, let's say you're doing a practice, or somebody is giving you feedback, you can always go back and check to have a checklist. Okay, am I covering this? This is missing. How can I improve on this? Appropriate language to the audience, to this topic. So this will help a lot with your practice. Yeah. Also, I was telling you about a structure. So is there a structure that I practiced? Is that something that I really followed? Yes, I did. In fact, I consciously try to use this structure in almost all of my table topics, in all the rounds. But before I go to the structure, I wanted to tell two things. One, Remember, to attempt table topics, there is no one fit formula. So there is no exact formula. This is not mathematical that I give you a formula and it works exactly. The good news is there are hundreds of formulas and all the formulas can create champion. You should choose something that is close to you, that works for you. I'm sure some of you would have heard about the PrEP formula, PREP. You should have heard the Oreo formula, which are very popular and common. So I have also created my own formula, which I realized it worked for me. And I'm going to share that with you today. The formula is actually called CATS. And that is actually my real cat. So he is like somewhere here. You're probably sleeping. Okay. So the formula is called CATS, C-A-T-S. You want to remember this because what I mean by CATS is actually all the abbreviation that gives you. So let's go one by one. When a topic is given to you, we're going to look into some real examples also soon, yeah? When a topic is given to you first, you have listen and everything. I'll come back to some of the questions you guys asked. How do I focus, listen and all that? How can you start it in a very catchy opening way? So start in a catchy way. You always think about it. You need to practice. Some people start by asking a question. This is the most easiest. The table topic is given to you. Then you ask audience question. How many of you have traveled to Saudi Arabia? Raise your hand. So people raise their hand. So that's something audience been captured. Or some people use quotes. Some people do an act, a bit of drama, a movement, anything. Strong opening always captivate not the audience only, the judges too. Then of course, after opening, I'll tell you also what are the mistake we do. You go and answer the question. Or if the question asks you, do you agree? Do you disagree? You need to attempt to answer the question. You need to acknowledge the question, like what was being asked to you. State your position. What is your main idea? Go ahead. And then to make it strengthen, this is the hardest part, but this what also truly makes a champion. You tell a story. You share a story or a thought. I would always suggest share personal stories or any anecdote that you can relate to the topic or the point. Does it mean, Vijay, I wanted to share a very popular story about the rabbit and the tortoise, that everybody knows about this. Can I not to share that? No, not such thing. You can share. Of course, a story is always good, but when you make it personal, it's more relevant and it's also more interesting for the audience to listen to. But doesn't mean you cannot share any popular stories. You can always share popular stories from the history, from any popular war area or anything that people would have known, any popular stories, incidents from Mahatma Gandhi, Elon Musk, from anywhere. You can take that as well, inspiration. And then the S, this is very important. Also, this is what makes a champion. How do you end the table topics? I know it's 2 minutes. Maximum you can go 30 seconds as a buffer time. So you conclude your table topic by summarizing what you shared and you suggest a message or a takeaway for the audience. So remember, these are all or. You cannot do too many also. So probably for the summarize suggestion from my end, it's always 30 seconds, the last 30 seconds I have. So you conclude, give an impact at least. The conclusion can be in the form of summary, or you state the clear message clearly, or you can call for an action from audience. Are we good so far? Can I get some thumbs up? If we are good, you're with me. I hope I'm not going so fast as well. If I do, please put it in the chat column, yeah? Okay, also use the chat since it's been there, so you can always use the chat column to answer and all that. Yes, thanks, Srikanth. Okay, guys, now I'm going to give you an example. So how many of you remember the last year DTAX topic for table topics. Remember, this was attempted by all the 8 speakers, the 8 champions from division. Then that makes you the DTech 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm coming to the explanation. So when I give explanation with the CATS formula, you will understand. How many of you remember the topic? If you remember the topic, anybody, can you type the topic in the chat column? Anyone? No? Of course, I think only like we remember it, so it's okay. So this is the topic. I'm just putting this in the chat column so everybody could see. So the topic for last year DTech finals was a small seed grows to a huge tree. A small seed grows to a huge tree. Okay, this is actually apparently a harder topic because this is what we call as a metaphor topic. Because sometimes in different levels, you just get very easy this or that topic. They just ask countryside or urban city. So it's very easy for you to pick one and answer. AI is bringing more good than harm. A debate topic. This can be a table topics, yeah? So these topics are more technical, facts and easy, but also in higher level, you may get something very metaphorical. A small seed grows to a huge tree. Of course, when I listen to this, you can talk about so many things, different things, right? Let me tell you what the other speakers spoke. So there was one speaker who spoke about Einstein. How Albert Einstein started off and grew and become the world renowned scientist and inspire people and did so many amazing things, won Nobel Prize and contributed to the growth of science and so on. So that was one of the speaker. And there was another speaker who went on to speak about, to tell people about a small step. A small step that you take will make a huge success. And that particular speaker starts giving a lot of explanation, a lot of like, some like how the small first step is so powerful into big. So that's how people attempted. I'll tell you how I used CATS, right? So first I asked audience, raise your hand if you have a family member that inspired you till today. And look at the tone I used. So when I start, right, I went to the stage, stop, and I start straight saying that, raise your hand if you have a family member that is so inspiring that you remember till today. So people raise. And then you start speaking. Okay, I want to take a little pause. Someone asked me a question in the question column. How do we actually buy time, more time? I want to think about the topic, which I'm very blurred. This is so difficult topic. I don't know what to say. So one of the method actually, besides the first 10 seconds that you take to listen to the questions and you answer, the pause, besides that, when you ask engaging questions from audience.
How to be silent.
Pardon?
And have English.
Sorry. Okay. So when you ask a question, the audience answering, raising hand and all that, that gives you some time, right? So once I done that, then I go into acknowledging, answering the question. So what was a small seed and which goes to big story, a big tree? Actually, you can do the A and P differently also. You can tell a story and acknowledge it, or you can acknowledge, tell the story. I do it according to the topic. So what I did, I started telling the story about my mother, how she was actually from her young age until becoming to date, made life successful by being a single mother, raising 4 sons. I spoke about her struggle and all that. And then I also made a bit of anecdote to say how she is like a tree now. A seed to grow into a tree, of course, you need a lot of sunlight and nurturing, and you need to also sometimes compete with the other seeds which is next to you and so on. So I use those anecdotes and then I make a conclusion to say that like a seed grows into a small tree. I used my mother's this thing to say and concluded by stressing on again the seed and the tree. Like something from small to go into big, there is a lot of nurturing and there is a lot of struggle and so on. Then I concluded this. Okay. Did I ask a call of action for the audience? No. But if you want to ask, you can say, so who's that particular seed grows into tree in your life? Contest share. You can finish it like that. That's an option. Of course, I didn't do at that point, but I concluded in that way. So that is about CATS formula. I hope CATS is clear. Can I get thumbs up if CATS is clear? The CATS method, I mean the CATS formula. Yes, we are talking about. Thank you. Okay. Also, I just wanted to be mindful on the time as well. How many more minutes I have? Just to check. Maybe we can put it in the chat column, somebody.
4 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So the last part that I wanted to share with you guys is also coming from the questions, right? Some tips. Of course, it's a long journey. It's a 2 years journey to becoming a champion. It's of course the first years I attempted, I failed many times. I didn't make it through after division and so on. And of course, I participated more than like 100. These are my very quick one. Always show up and speak often. Take every table topic. Participate in every table topic, in every club, every online, especially if you're going to go into contest, you target at least you're going to attempt 100 topics. You need to. If you can't do this, go to the clubs and attempt and so on. You need to get a mentor and book probably like a 30 minutes or 1 hour in a week and practice the topics. We stress a lot on life stories. Also sit and reflect about your life stories in your life. Collect them and take and put. And I think some of you know that in my last year whole table topics journey from club, area, division up to district, I actually only used all my stories of my mother. Because I've actually sit down and consciously collected all the life stories of her because she was always the hero in my life. And then in all the stories or whatever that you are sharing, always use humble moments. Do not use a lot of boasting, these and that I did and that doesn't really impress people. You need to practice so much until it becomes so natural that people think this is such a prepared speech for 2 minutes 30 seconds. Train with a mentor, like I said. Like I had a specific mentor, and even in the first year I will book time with her and get few others people, and they will throw on the topic on the spot, and I will practice and they'll give me instant feedback. Okay, very important one, your closing line. A lot of people don't do so well in closing line. Mostly they start very well. They can do the catchy opening and they can answer the question and so on. But the closing line, always they kind of rush it or it's not very well. I think most of the time because you see the red light, you just rush, you just go. Humor only use if you can use it very well. Do not force humor. Strong hook is like what I told you. So the opening catchy is a hook. One way is asking questions. Some people, I know a speaker, she's so good with quotes. So if you're somebody who loves quotes, you can prepare. You must have some quotes in the back of mind, or think of different ways how you could actually use a hook, right? And practice it. Visit different clubs, learn more, and always stay grounded. Keep trying. In a way that stay grounded means I've seen people who are such amazing champion speakers, and in certain rounds they were time disqualified because they overtime or they lost, and they don't want to participate in table topics again, which is actually very, very sad because yes, we may lose. It's very simple. You may lose the contest. You may actually fail and so on. It's okay. Keep trying again and again and keep doing it. So keep that in mind. So in recent this term, I've been actually judging quite a number of table topics, contest and watching people. This is the big common mistake that I see that people do, the do's and the don'ts. The do's again very quickly. Okay, people ask me, how do I actually how do I actually listen, right? So when they are telling, when the table topic master is telling you the topic, usually what I do, I stand in such a straight position. Like my posture is so good and it's actually designed for me to listen very well. I put all the focus, I close my eyes and listen to every word of it. And when you're listening to the table topic, do not start thinking. I know this is the most challenges. Do not start thinking until the last word being said. I'll give you an example. The topic is action speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words. Though it's like 4 seconds, your mind is so powerful. Human mind is so powerful. When you hear the word action, you started thinking so many things. Trust me, you may lose the later word, especially if it's a complex topic. So listen completely, put all your focus and practice this more. Of course, you need to repeat in my mental, what I do when I listen fully. I kind of, all the ideas are keep coming to me. I still put it whole. And then I repeat the key word, not the whole topic. Mentally, I repeat the key word. So I have some control and I have some thinking time. Then I kind of, at that point, when I'm repeating, I'm already kind of landing on what I'm going to be speaking. Trust me, all this happens in micro milliseconds, very fast. And of course, you can also focus on some power words. Point number 3, pick the power word that you could bring the angle, like action speaks louder than words. So a lot of people pick the word action and they speak about all the big actions rather than just talking. And Mother Teresa, who actually did everything by action. Some people pick the word louder. Why action is more greater than just talking words. So they emphasize on that. Very well done. That works. And rather than talking too many things, when you get a topic, just go deep in one thing. Whatever that you're talking, go deeper, not wider. Story, point number 5, rather than borrowed or different story. Even it can be borrowed different story, a story of your brother or somebody. You can make it sound like yours also. Practice. Must have structure, compulsory. Cats is what I give you. And remember, when you're presenting your stable topic, you got to be very assertive, very convincing, not opinionated. So you lead the idea, you lead whatever that you're convinced, because that's a lot of people who say that they kind of make it like very, what do you call, like very volatile or very like, oh, it's my opinion, maybe like this. And so don't make it very assertive. Okay. And practice your closing repeatedly. I'm repeating this again because for rapping, you only have 30 seconds. A lot of people, once they see the red light, they start rapping and they overtime and disqualify. Do not, because your timing is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds is buffer. So my mentor once told, you see the red light, Vijay, you need to get out. See the red light, leave. But I started, what I do when I start, I know where the red light is about coming because you have practiced so much. So I start rapping and I leave the stage by 2 minutes 20 seconds. But trust me, this is a risk. You must practice a lot. Okay, the don't. In table topics, some people say, Vijay, I start by saying good morning, this and that, because I wanted to buy time. No, it doesn't give a good impact from judge's perspective, the marking and everything. You lose time. These are the do's and don'ts from my experience. Again, don't do all this greeting and all. And also, while you're listening, I told you, do not plan while you listen until the last word being heard. Okay, some people just go on explaining the topic. They get the topic, they just explain what is the topic. Come on, you're not going to get good points for that. Do not explain what is action speaks louder than words. And don't bring multiple point, multiple angles, so many things. No. If you don't have a personal story, it's okay. You can give an anecdote, an example, it's fine. If you can't, it's okay. Do not force a personal story that don't fit into the topic. Also, I've seen one of the common mistake that a lot of people, especially the newbies, make. They refer the previous speech today, okay? Because sometimes your table topics is your second or third or fourth contest. Let's say the first you participated in evaluation contest or humorous speech contest. And then when you get a table topic, you are directly referring. Like I said in my previous speech, don't. You can repeat, that's fine, but do not refer. You can repeat it in a different paraphrased way. The same content, that's fine. Because sometimes from your international speech, you may get content that you may use for that particular table topics if it's relevant, but you know how you nicely paraphrase and have the story. And also, action speaks louder than words. Ideally, you don't say you agree or disagree unless The question asked you about, do you agree or not? What is your belief? No. This is not really ideal. And then also, do not preach. Okay, I'll tell you one of the reason why many good speakers also lose contests and they are not in the top 3, because they preach. They give a lot of advice like, you should, okay, action speaks louder than words. That's why you should start doing things rather than just talking in your workplace. You know, you should rather than you put it in this writing, you should start doing this. You do that. So advising, preaching is not really ideal, but still many people without conscious doing that. In fact, I used to do that. In all my beginning time, I used to preach a lot. Then my mentors used to say, Vijay, you sound very preaching. Don't preach. The ending, try not to do something new and spoil it. So do not improvise it. If you have been practicing new something, do that. And especially in the end, do not introduce suddenly a new idea, a new perspective. Some people do that and you let the judges be confused. So you are not going deep, you are going wide. Okay. So table topics, you want to have a lot of clarity, control, and clean structure. It's not about how smart you speak, how clever you know things, no, how you present it. So that's all about me. Pretty much, I think I covered those from your expectations and so on. So I think if you have time, and I leave it to the moderator if you're going to take questions. One last line from me, that you see, impromptu speaking, of course, it's from me and my cat as well. Impromptu speaking is just not about having no time to prepare. People say, oh, it's impromptu speaking. It's okay. I can just come, walk and speak. Of course, if you want to be a champion, you cannot do that. If you want to be just an impromptu speaker, yes. If you want to be a table topics champion, you're always prepared. You're always being prepared. So impromptu speaking, it's not about not having time to prepare. It's always being prepared. Thank you very much. I leave it to the MC and see if we have any new questions or something.
What a great session we had. Let's give a thunderous applause to the champion. Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay, for that insightful session. And as you said, to become a champion, we have to attend 100 questions, no? We are all allowed to know or any reference books for those 100 book question and answer like that. It will be useful for our members to reference.
Okay. Sure. In the past, we used to, our district, and also there's a circulation, there's a PDF of, I think, 300 or 360 questions. Okay. That's been going around. You can check. But you don't need that. You have, all of us got our best friends now, AI. Go to ChatGPT, go to Gemini, and then ask, give me table topics questions. You will get, you can even ask on different, you can ask on teams like science. You can give one topic and ask, give me similar topics like this. Because there are also different table topics you will see. When you go to division level, most of the time at one season, 1 year, all the division questions was like a debate questions. This or that. For instance, I still remember one of the year was space exploration. Will it boost mankind or doom mankind? Something about space exploration. Of course, it's a very science topic. So something like that. So you can ask questions from
Thank you so
AI,
much.
ChatGPT. You will get amazing questions.
Okay. Thank you so much for that insightful session, Toastmaster Vijay.
Sure. So we will take the questions later at the end. Yeah. So carry on. Thank you.
Okay. Let's move on to the mock table topic session conducted by our Division A Director, Toastmaster Prasad. Can you please unmute Toastmaster Prasad?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Chitra. What a wonderful session we had from our trainer, expert trainer, Toastmaster Vijay. Can we have a big round of applause once again for our trainer? And now, once we have acquired the skills, what we need to master the table topic contest. So we have 6 brave table topic speakers from our clubs who are going to try a hand at table topic today. So the six speakers are and as per the speaking order, speaker number 1 is Toastmaster Tanusha. Speaker number 2 is Srikant. Speaker number 3 is Prakash. Speaker number 4 is Alifia. Speaker number 5, Ravi. Speaker number 6 is Khalid. So each of the speaker will speak on the same topic, and the timing allocated will be 1 to 2 minutes, where the green light will be shown at 1 minute and yellow light at 1 minute 30 seconds and red light at 2 minutes. Beyond that, the speaker has to conclude the speech within next 30 seconds. Yeah. So before we begin the contest, I just request all the contestant except the contestant number 1, Toastmaster Tanisha, to just go to the breakout room. Yeah.
Toastmaster Prasad, hope to go to breakout room. If you can just.
We'll put it. You are on 1 minute. Speaker number 2, Srikant.
Yes, I'm there, Prasad.
Yeah, I think all the speakers except the contestant number 1 are in the breakout room. So we'll just begin with the mock contest now. Toastmaster Vijay, is fine to begin now?
Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. So our first contestant is Toastmaster Tanusha. Yeah. Toastmaster Tanusha, your question is, topic is crying is sign of strength or weakness. Your topic is crying is sign of strength or weakness. Toastmaster Tanusha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasad, for this wonderful topic. I would like to ask every one of you in the room, when was the last time you cried? Anybody wants to tell anything? Because
1 year before.
Okay. If you ask the same question to me, I would say 1 day before. Because today I am in a place where completely isolated with no family, friends. Everyone are slowly made in the process. I've left complete home back in India and come here all alone to build a new life with so much of strength and resilience. And crying shouldn't be seen in a weakness perspective. I would say it will also vent out whatever you're crushing inside your heart with all the feelings, and it'll give some room for your space to give more courage and determination to move forward. Cry as much as you can, because there's more new light is coming your way. With this, I would like to give it to the presenter, Toastmaster Prasad. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tanusha. Let me get the
Before next
speaker number
speaker,
two.
we will invite Toastmaster Chitra. Can you just highlight the timer things on a screen so that participant can see the
I can do
timer?
that. I'll do it.
Yeah, thank you.
Just pin.
Sorry, just a reminder. So whoever is not speaking, can you just switch off your microphone so that others are not disturbed, please? Thank you.
Speaker number two, Toastmaster Srikanth is here.
Yes, I joined.
Yeah. Yeah. Toastmaster Srikanth, your topic is crying is sign of strength or weakness. Your topic is crying is sign of strength or weakness. Toastmaster Srikanth.
Is it a crime? A crime is a strength or a weakness? Is this the question, right?
Crying.
Oh, crying. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay. We all do know kids at home crying, isn't it? Yes. When kids are, sorry, I lost this question once again. Sorry. Crying is a strength or weakness?
Yes.
Yeah.
Crying is strength or weakness.
I'm very sorry for the confusion. Okay. We all have kids at home, isn't it? Yes. When kids start crying, it gives us a sense that they're helpless in doing something. Just to give an example, when I come back home from office, my kid started crying and started running towards me. And when I asked him what happened, he said my cycle broke down because I had hit a wall and my tire got broke or my rim got broke. That's when I understood kids cry when they're helpless. So it is a way of saying they're helpless to face a situation. And just to conclude, it is not a weakness, but the way of it is their way of communicating that they are helpless in that situation. Over to you, Prasad.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srikanth. Now we'll bring our third contestant, the third speaker, Toastmaster Prakash. Toastmaster Prakash, you are in the room?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah. Toastmaster Prakash, your topic is crying is sign of strength or weakness. Your topic is crying is sign of strength or weakness. Toastmaster Prakash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasad. Crying is, I believe in my sense, like crying is a thing which to take out our emotions. We can't say crying is strength or weakness. When in my childhood days, everyone was telling, you are a boy, why you're crying? It's when I become older, I believe that when you have such an emotions, you should cry it out and throw it out. That's what I felt. Because we are always thinking, okay, only the ladies has to cry. The boys never cries. Even when in my internal heart, I thought that when my boys cry, when my sons cry, I am telling you are a boy, why you're crying? That's the third spirit is telling like that. You should have to tell like that. But in my thinking, it should be when you have an emotion. If you are crying, when you have sadness, when you are more joy, we are always crying, right? There are some talks also like that. When you have a feeling, you should spit it out by crying or by laughing. In my thinking, it should be an emotion where we have to express it, crying or laughing, whatever it may be. It's an emotion. This we have to spit it out in a proper way. I'm believing that crying is not a thing that's a weakness. It's a strength, I believe. That crying, when we have an emotion, when we have an option to express it, that's a way to express our emotions by crying or laughing. So my belief, my advice to everyone, like if you have an emotion, to spit it out. Don't look on your don't stick on your egos and all. Like every males, they have an ego like this. Like if you cry more, then the people will say that you are not a male like that. I don't think it that way. So if you have an emotion, you should have to spit it out, whether crying or laughing. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash. So our next speaker is Toastmaster Elifia. Toastmaster Elifia, are you here in the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, yeah. Toastmaster Elifia, your topic is
Hello, I cannot hear it.
sorry. Crying is a sign of strength or weakness. Your topic is crying is sign of strength or weakness. Toastmaster and Elifia.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
So the topic is crying is the sign of Sorry, can you repeat it?
Is crying a sign of strength or weakness?
Okay, crying is crying the sign of hello?
Yeah, you are audible, Alfia. Continue.
I cannot hear the proper question. Can you please repeat it?
Is crying a
Crying
sign
is
of
sign of strength or weakness.
Is crying a sign of strength or weakness? So yes, the crying is the sign of strength, I guess. It's because I always seen the examples in my family only. My mother, first of all, she cries a lot, but she is very strong because I mean, I have always been hearing her the stories which she's illiterate. She's not very strong. She's very weak. She tells all these stories to me, but I believe whenever she has been put in some position to do something, she came out as a victory only. So I believe that for most of the women, because I for me also, I believe it's a sign of strength only because I cry a lot, and in so many situations, when I cry and when I come up with some kind of all the exhaust coming out, I feel relaxed and I come up with double power, double strength, and with lots of clarity, which usually I face in my life. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alifia. Now, next contestant number 5, Toastmaster Ravi. Toastmaster Ravi, are you in the room? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Toastmaster Ravi, your topic is crying is a sign of strength or weakness. Your topic is
मैंने बहुत खराब करा.
Crying is sign of strength or weakness. Toastmaster Ravi.
Crying is a sign of strength or weakness. Crying, I think, at its essence, is a sign of strength. Why? A child who is in desperate hunger would cry out loud. Why? The child is crying because child is feeling hunger, and at same time that outcry attracts the attention, essentially, of the mother. What does this mean? The child has to put a lot of efforts and to create that loud noise. It needs energy. I think crying is at its most of the time is a powerful tool, an element of demonstrating strength. When we say usually cry, people tend to think it's weeping out. Or maybe they're thinking of the child's cry, as I previously explained. But I feel it is an anecdote. Cry means I think it's speaking out loud and trying to communicate your idea powerfully to the society. So this powerful idea needs energy and its strength. I think crying is not a sign of weakness at all. It's clearly a sign of demonstrating, showing up, power, courage, and strength. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi. Now we have our sixth speaker, Toastmaster Khalid. Yeah. Toastmaster Khalid, your topic is crying is sign of strength or weakness. Your topic is crying is sign of strength or weakness. Toastmaster Khalid.
Crying is a strength. That's what I think, and I believe in this. Only strong people have a courage to cry in front of the audience or in front of anybody. Let me tell you a big story from a personal life. I have a son actually. His name is Hassan Khalid. And I was trying for him to play cricket at the international level because he has the natural talent, as has been told by many international cricketers, that he has the talent of bowling left-arm Chinaman. So I used to take him, but he has one general problem in the right areas. So every time when I used to take him to the ground, people used to hit him sixes. So he used to come, and every moment his coaches used to tell him, "Don't cry, be strong." And he used to come home, he used to keep quiet because he was keeping the whole grudge in his mind, the whole stress in his mind. Then I asked him, "What happened? You are just quiet. It's okay. You get hit sixes, you get hit fours in the ground. It's fine because they also have come with a bat. So definitely they will hit you. You are just new into this sports." He said, "My coach told me males, the men, they don't cry." I told him, "No. When you cry, you will overcome your stress. So when you will overcome your stress, then you will start thinking about it. You will start thinking about your weaknesses. You will start thinking about how you will do the bowling next time so that you can protect yourself from sixes. You can be more economical." So he went next time and he bowled again. This time again, so one of the batsmen hit him some sixes out of the park, and he became the reason of the loss to his team. So he came out, he saw me, and I told him, "It's okay. You can just cry. It's fine." So he cried, and he just hugged me. He kept his head on his shoulder, started crying because he was just 14-year-old boy. And then he came back home. He was relaxed, and he told me what was wrong with his bowling. So we worked together on the table, and then I told him what exactly he needs to do. He has to, make his fingers strong. When he will make his fingers strong, definitely he is going to bowl better. So next time when he went there, he did not have a stress of past because he had already got rid of that negativity by crying. So he bowled very well, and he became man of the match in the next match. So in my opinion, but I believe that crying is a strength. If you don't cry, that means you are scared of the people. You are scared of the people who will, you might be scared, you might think that people will judge you. They might think that people will think about you that you are a weak person in front of others. But that's not true, because if you don't cry, you will not be you will not be able to conserve your energy. Because if you have good energy, if you have positive energy, with that positive energy, you can create creativity. You can bring out creativity. You can think of solutions. But if you will not cry, you will keep that negativity within your brain, with your mind, with your heart, and it will eat up all your energy. And then when it will eat up all your energy, you will not have creativity left for you. So in what I think, what I believe, that whenever we have a problem, okay, it's okay. You don't want to cry in front of the people, it's fine. You can cry in bathroom. Well, I used to cry in bathroom when I had a problem in my initial days in my office. So this is from my side. I always say, when you cry, you overcome the negative energy, you will have the positive energy, and you will be able to find the solution. So thank you very much. Over to MC.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Khalid. So with this, we come to the end of the table topic mocks session. Now I just request our timer to just give the timing. This one, like just the report.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mentioned all the details in chat, but in summary, first 5 participants are qualified. Last participants overshoot the time.
Okay.
4
Thank you
minutes
so much.
46 seconds.
Okay. Thank you. Now
Thank you.
we request our trainer to please give his feedback on the or suggestions to our speakers. Yeah.
Okay, well done, everyone. First of all, for attempting and all. So great job on that, I would say. Okay, so maybe I wanted to hear from the speakers. Do you want the feedback one by one a bit, and also, or you just want generally? And how brutal do you want? How critically you want, or you just want what you want? You tell me. Based on that, I'll do, because I've got quite a lot that I've got over here. So speakers, Prasad, what do you think?
Yeah, like what could be like, it's like if they get it more brutal, it is better for them now. So at least at the contest level, they will be more prepared, and like it will be best for all of us, like who are here
Right.
to excel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cynthia, I think people wants brutal and all. Okay, what I'm going to do also, for the respect of time as well.
Yeah.
I think most of the speakers, you guys know your strength. So I'm not going to go so well on the strength, but all the speakers has your own strength, which is amazing, which you did a great job in explaining, bringing the energy, your body language. Some of you spoke by standing, very well done. So we will not go well into that, but let's see how from every speaker, what are the things that we could actually learn, and also what we shouldn't do, or what was actually the good part that could actually make you be like a champion or make you win these table topics. Okay, ground rule for everybody, I'll tell you. In table topics contest, the contest master tells your name. For instance, we have first contestant, Toastmaster Tanusha. So, Toastmaster Tanusha, crying is a sign of strength or weakness. Crying is a sign of strength or weakness, Toastmaster Tanusha. Okay, remember, every contestant, that's all you have. You cannot ask the contest master or the table topic master to repeat the question. But I understand this is online today. So when you have, you couldn't hear clearly or anything, you asked it, it's fine. In real contest, even if it's online, you're not allowed to ask. The contest chair, after repeating that, she or he will walk away from the stage. Okay, you can ask me, what if Vijay, he or she didn't tell the word properly, or I didn't really hear? So that is where again your other attentive skills comes. You need to figure out what is the word, or you need to speak based on what you heard. So in contest, you don't have the luxury of repeating questions. And this has happened. Okay, unless the particular contest master did miss the word or something, then of course, usually there was some 2 cases whereby it happens to all the participants and they actually stop the contest and they change the topic or something like that. This is a very rare scenario. But otherwise, the speaker has the responsibility to actually listen very well. Okay. So Tanusha, one thing, Tanusha, I think she started very well. She asked a question, when was the last time we all cried? And, then you said, I cried a day before. Okay. One suggestion is you can always, when you're asking questions, right, when you're going to let the audience to speak, the audience are eating up your time. If some audience going to give you long answer, that's it, gone. Your time is gone. So when you are engaging with audience, asking questions, always ask rhetorical question. When was the last time you cried? Don't expect answers. You answer. You know what? I cried one day before. So this is for everybody. When you're asking question, make sure it's rhetorical. Either the raise. For me, I ask them to raise hand. That's it. Or just show some sign. That's it. Don't get them. And then you went on to explanation. You tell about the weakness and you made a conclusion. Very well done. Okay. Also from Tanusha and also all the speakers, you see, those of you audience listening, 5 speakers, right? The topic is crying is a sign of strength or weakness. So everybody took a side. Everybody took a side of saying that crying is a strength. But if you notice, out of the 6 speakers, only 2 speakers actually talk why it is a strength. The 4 speakers speak why it is not a weakness. Okay. Listen, there is nothing wrong. You can choose any of this strategy. It's fine. But if you see, right, it's very easy to talk about why crying is not a weakness. Agree? Comparatively to talk about why crying is a strength. It can be a bit challenging, but if you can do it very well, whichever you took, that's good. So it doesn't mean the winner will only come from somebody who say why it's a strength, not necessary. So it's about how you articulate. Right? Again, yeah. So you got the question and so on. Again, some also for speakers, I think Tanusha also did this and a few other speakers did that. Thank you, contest chair. Don't. Thank you, contest chair. 5-6 seconds are gone. Probably 10 seconds is gone. So instead, you can straight go to your question. You get the impact. This was very good in the way that I think Ravi did very well. Like, when he just repeated the question, but you showed so much of energy and take the question, right? Okay, going back to Srikanth. I think in the beginning, Srikanth kind of was like thinking, probably he was trying to figure out, so then he started, we all know that kids at home start crying and then you started explaining. So one thing I noticed in Srikanth part, there was actually, you were repeating the same thing 2-3 times. Probably there was you were still trying to think of an idea and so on and try to say why it's not a weakness, but we didn't really get the point why it is not a weakness. That point was not very assertive or clear. So we get the kids cry at home and then you mentioned one-liner, it will help them to face the situation. And then again, towards the conclusion or something that you just said, it will help. So not assertive. So let's say you have got good point to say, something that you start with kids. Maybe from there you can think of, like Srikanth, maybe you attempt the topic. If you were to do the topic again using the same way, don't think completely a different angle. So how would you attempt the topic again using the same way, using cry, kids? Maybe I would say, you can say, yeah, we all know kids cry at home in very common. You say, this is a very human nature. And then maybe you can say how a human nature can be a weakness. Something like that, you can derive it because you're a very good speaker. Maybe the content, yeah? So that's the thing. Okay, Prakash. Okay, one thing I liked about Prakash was he actually used very short phrases which kind of sticks. Especially these are the things will stick in judge's mind. You mentioned cried out, throw it out. Cried out, throw it out. That was actually very good. So this kind of thing can be very strong message to say why it is not a weakness, because you're throwing it out, whatever that you're piling up or something. Also, Prakash was a bit assertive. That was very good. But again, you were talking about it's not a weakness and so on, but didn't go why it was a strength, because you mentioned it is a strength, it's not a weakness, but why that part was not. And the end, Prakash, what was the dawn from you is you start going a bit preachy towards the end. After the 130, you started saying don't stick to your ego, then spit out your emotions, this and that. These are actually becomes quite preachy. Yes, you can say one line, two line, but when you start going it sounds like you are advising us, which people don't want to get it. But the way how you started off, boys don't cry and all that was amazing. You can develop a content on that. That would be more very helpful. Okay. Alfia, I think Alfia gave a very good example, very good story about the mothers and then how that was actually a bit victory. But again, I think you had challenge on listening to the question. So that part we can always work on our listening part. So one good thing about Alifia was she had a very personal story which all of us can relate. And also in her story that she spoke about the mother, and also one part she said, yeah, for most women it's a sign of strength. And I cry a lot and all that. One thing I thought that it could be a bit more assertive. Okay, why it could give you more clarity, because at the end you say it gives you double power, double strength, lots of clarity. Yeah, that part I thought could have come a bit earlier and you could have explained it more. Okay, on this. And also some parts why I say why it's not so assertive when you say I still think for most women crying is a strength. And your tone, the way you say, it's not very convincing. So you think it's only for women. Why not for every human? For everyone, men and women. So you need to be very strong in what you are saying, like very assertive. That comes in your tone, your body language and everything. So if you do that, I think Alifia, you can do very well. Okay, Ravi, I think Ravi is very smart. When you got the topic, another way you want to remember your topic is when you got the topic, when you start, you repeat the topic. That's fine. So I think Ravi did that. That was very good. And then straight he asked why. Then he used analogy. It's not a story, I would say. He give like an analogy anecdote of why a child cries because of hunger, and that is actually attracts attention, so that it becomes a powerful idea, the energy, strength, and so on. And then you ended by saying crying. It's a demonstration of power, courage, and strength. But again, some part it comes again, I think, and so on. And some places I noticed that you're also going many places. It's like many points will keep coming, power, courage, strength, and then like a bit deviation. So maybe the child hunger area, the explanation, you don't need to go very deep, very wide into it. You could have go deeper into it and then tell. Okay, but I understand. But when you say attract attention and all, probably you're trying to build the case and go on. Khalid, crying is a strength. Only people. Okay, then okay. Khalid one. I think Khalid is the one. The time was actually overshooted, right? But actually, Khalid, you have such an amazing content, amazing good. You just have to be more disciplined on sticking to the time. And I think when you speak, you definitely spoke more than 2 minutes 30 seconds. Sometimes love this subject because it's close to heart. It's your son. You have witnessed it, so we just carried out with that. So this is the part that we wanted to discipline our mind. How do I bring this in a very crisp way? Because whatever that you brought, Khalid, was really very good, because you gave almost everything, but again, it went out of the thing. So if I were in your position, Khalid, I would have actually go and take the topic and start with the story about, your son playing cricket and bowling and he wasn't crying. Then he came home and how the crying made him a hero, a champion, how he overcome. Done. I thought you were doing very well till then, but that's where you were almost concluding, and I realized at the end of every conclusion, you brings the idea and develop. And then you almost sounds like concluding, you brings an idea, you develop, and you will keep going and keep going. So, and also towards after you said he came home, cried, went back, it was amazing to conclude, and it started become preachy. The second part also, when it's overshooted after 2 minutes, it's I think the balance, I think it went to 4 minutes something. It's all become very preachy. So some of you who have, all of us tend to have the preachy or advising mode. So we need to be conscious about it. So I don't want to advise people in table topics. And I don't want to go talk into this, don't stick to your ego as a man. We should cry. Then, this. And also, Khalid also started giving ideas how to cry. Go to the washroom and cry. So those things, when you elaborate and go, yeah, it becomes like a very long. So make it very crisp. Okay. So maybe if you ask me what I would do, right? First of all, this is actually rather an easy topic. It's not like this tree metaphor thing. So of course I will listen very carefully every word: crying, strength, weakness. Then I will pick my battle. I'm not going to talk about both strength and weakness. So I will, for me, okay, crying, strength. Then I will when I'm going to speak, when first time they repeat crying is a sign of strength or weakness. Okay, I got the topic. The second time the speaker is repeating, okay, I got it. And then I'm thinking how crying is a strength. I need to find the connection. Or if like Tanusha and all the other people who spoke, how crying is not a weakness. Your story, your mother's story, your son's story, something like that, and you need to have the connection. It has to be very strong. So I think that come only for a few people. Like I think Alifia would say, it gives you double strength because you pour out, gives you clarity. And Ravi also, I think, mentioned about, it becomes a demonstration of power, courage, because by crying people have achieved things. And some people give this the link that what makes your speech development or the impact to the audience to get the score on that point. Okay, so that was a bit on the analysis that I've got. I hope this was a bit I hope this is a bit helpful. Okay, so again I repeat, have a very attentive listening to the word. Then think of what is the main keyword and how I wanted to connect to make the impact. Never ever preach. Never say, I always say to people, even I wrote this exactly what preachy words you guys mentioned and all that. Don't advise, don't preach, don't say anything. Okay. Go to the point and conclude. Like Khalid, one, you had a very good conclusion to say, because it is actually, looks like a negative energy, but it is not. It brings a positive energy. So that was a very beautiful conclusion, but just stick to that. Practice makes perfect, guys. Trust me. It's you can say, Vijay, it's so easy. You can tell all this. When you do it, it's very challenging. I know it exactly. I've been in the shoes. You have to practice, practice, practice. And in my initial stage also, I used to preach a lot. I used to advise. And the first year when I participated in division level, I was disqualified because of I overshooted 4 seconds. 4 seconds. So you see, you have to really practice and make this impactful for the long journey. Thank you very much. Back to MC. Okay, I wanted to add one more thing. Sorry, I wrote it here before MC. Sorry. Some of you, right, you get the topic, then you tell yourself, okay, crying, your time will be started. Remember, the speaker making any gesture, body language, or word starts your time. I noticed one of the speaker was saying that even I think, yeah, after you got the topic as well, when you actually say just okay, then you take a moment to think, your time is running. So if you're making a movement or say, make sure you start fully. Thank you very much. Yes, back to you, MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay. That was such an elaborated feedback. We will not get for a table topics question and all for a feedback. We will never used to get it. We really, not only the contestant, as a members, we all received feedback. It is a common feedback, and we all used to it since the contest is nearby. It's very useful for us. And next, move on to the question and answer session. This is your opportunity to clarify, explore, and deepen your understanding. If you have any questions, please raise your hands or use the chat box. Any members?
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on
The first question is how to talk on unfamiliar topic. How to talk on unfamiliar topic.
Okay, Toastmaster Srikanth, do you want to give an example of unfamiliar topic? Maybe we take an example and go into it. Because I have an approach to this, but I wanted to see if it works or not. So usually, before I could say what I do, right? Like, do you want to give any example of unfamiliar topic? Toastmaster Srikanth, you are there?
Yeah, not that I remember anything. Maybe for now
Okay.
you can give in out of your
What you'll
experience.
do if aliens conquer the world? What you'll do if aliens conquer? It's an
If
unfamiliar.
aliens conquer, okay. So if aliens conquer, so your unfamiliar topic here means, but you are actually familiar. You know what is aliens, what is conquer, right? You just that means this. You are saying that you have no idea what to speak about. We are more stuck. So I think unfamiliar topic is something totally you don't know what is this about. Let's say we talk about.
We
I
can have
give an
something like
example.
finance, like what will be the financial position next year, something in India. I
Okay,
mean, not everyone
that's
will be
very
familiar with such a
technical, right?
topic.
Okay, yeah. Something, okay, if something totally different in terms of you don't understand the term, what I would do two ways. One is in the whole sentence, I will try to pick the words that I understood, and then I will develop the table topics based on that. You see, this is the thing, but very rare you will come across topics which are extremely far not relevant and so on. So it will be still some familiar topic. It won't be extremely unfamiliar. It's impossible to be unfamiliar because the contest chairs are very well prepared and they sort of like trained into this to do this, right? So if extreme scenario or you didn't miss out the word, look for the in the sentence. If aliens come and conquer, first thing I will run away, or maybe I will just give a very funny answer. Maybe I'll try to talk to the alien, try to dance, sing something, like maybe try to quote something, alien movie that I watched and what happened there. Trying to make it a bit funny, but I know I'm very bad at this. But probably humor might be something. So that's one. I hope that helps. But
Yeah, that
very rare
answers
you
it.
get unfamiliar topics. Almost impossible, and you won't get the most highest technical topic I have heard so far is space exploration. And lastly, there was one topic on AI. That means is AI good or not for people? Okay, Toastmaster Rajesh, as I was, how would I attempt this topic? Okay, I would say crying is a strength or weakness, and then I would I would start by saying that in my life, I have actually seen my mother crying a lot, and when I was young, I always go and tell her, don't cry, mom. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? This and that. Because I used to think this is actually a weakness. I would have said that, and then I would develop to show the audience that I was wrong, and I learned that it's actually a strength. My mother is a mother who is successful and do so on like this today because she was able to express her emotions without the fear of judgment, without being afraid of the society. Why men don't cry? Because we think we will be judged, we think we'll be ashamed, we feel we will be embraced, right? Embarrassed by people. But my mother actually break all that, and she did and good. So that's how I go about it. So Khalid, if you forget about the topic, better luck next year contest. That's it. You cannot ask to repeat the topic. This happens. People will ask, can you repeat the topic? I forget. It's okay. If you forgot the topic, speak whatever for the 2 minutes and come back. There is no way you're going to get the topic back. Impossible, because that's going to be other contestants. Yeah. Okay. Tanusha, you have got a question?
Yes, I have two questions. One, you spoke about the topic. It won't be very unfamiliar most of the time, but what if topics are about abstract, like very vague and really abstract? Has
Yeah.
there been any instances like that? And in that case, even for the abstract, I believe that you'll have to give in a lot of explanation and put in your opinion to make it a point. So how do you handle that during the time?
Okay, abstract, we call it metaphor topics. They give you like a metaphor. This is usually comes on a high level. So division, district level, you can expect this because this is harder. So for instance, my last year topic, right? A seed grows into a tree. No one come and speak there about botany. How a speed, you put nature, this thing, no one speaks about botany explaining. So you need to literally take it as a metaphor. So what you're going to represent the seed and what is the tree? So there was a girl who spoke about, she was this small girl like a seed who was so afraid in front of people, always run away, don't want to go to stage, never want to speak, never want to dance in school culturals and so on. But then with such a big courage and help of the father and mother who was like the sunlight and the water, she grew and stand as a strong tree standing in front of all of you today and taking part in this table topic contest. So yes, it will be challenging, but metaphor, you need to click what you can relate. You know how to explain. Actually, you know how to explain why this girl is a seed. No, not required. You just need to show the audience the impact. So it can be very lean, but practice more. If you have a mentor, practice a lot more with your mentor and ask for feedback and ideas. You can really grow very well then in that. Okay, I think that's all. We have questions. Thank you very much. I will pass it back to the MC. I know we have already overshoot time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you everyone for your thoughtful questions, and special thanks to Toastmaster Vijay for a clear and valuable responses. With that, we conclude our question and answer session and move on to our next agenda. I invite Toastmaster Noruddin Al Omer to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much, our MC tonight. I wish that I joined this education session before I participate in the first time I deliver a table topic. At that time, the topic was, what's your favorite color and why? My answer, blue, because it's like sky. Stop. Then the VP was signing for me like this, continue. At that time, I learned until once I joined a meeting where a wise senior Toastmaster told me, Toastmaster Noor, the table topic is a short form of a speech. Prepare well and deliver it well. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. On behalf of EN Toastmasters Club and the Newstart Toastmasters Club, it's my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks tonight for this wonderful education session. Our gratitude goes first to Toastmaster Vijay Ramah, our trainer and Area 35 director, for insightful and engaging workshop. Has strengthened our confidence in the art of table topic. And we are truly appreciate the value and inspiration you shared with us this evening. A sincere thanks for our club presidents, role players, the organizers, whose teamwork and dedication made this session possible. Your leadership continue to elevate our clubs, and you create a meaningful learning experience for all of us. To our participant tonight, Toastmaster Tanusha, Toastmaster Sirkat, Toastmaster Prakash, Toastmaster Alifa, Toastmaster Dr. Ravi, and Toastmaster Khalid. Thank you for your enthusiasm and courage, of energy. Each of you stepped forward with a confidence, and you reminded us that growth comes from participation, not perfection. And this joint event reflects the true Toastmaster spirit, collaboration, learning, and continuous improvement. We're looking forward to build on the moment of this in the future. Now, Toastmaster Prasad, if you can share on the screen the certificate before we close. Can you share on the screen if you don't mind? Okay. Okay, just waiting. Thank you. And first, I'm pleased to share the participant with the received certificate of appreciation in recognition of their commitment for this event. Toastmaster Vijay Ramah, our trainer. Next, Toastmaster Prasad. Thank you. Next, Toastmaster Ronald Alvarez. Thank you so much. Who communicate with me offline. Toastmaster Grita Nanda. Thank you so much. Appreciate. And Toastmaster Nilesh. Thank you so much. And that's it. With this, again, thank you for all of your time. I know that we are behind the schedule, but it's very amazing, a lovely session. I love it. I like it. And thank you all for your time, your energy, your support to make this gathering memorable for all of us. With this, I hand over the stage to our MC. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nuruddin, for your wonderful speech.
Thank you.
I invite Toastmaster Sunita Mascarenhas, the president of E&, Toastmasters Club. She has served in several leadership roles, including Sergeant at Arms, Secretary, and Vice President Education. I formally inviting Toastmaster Sunita Mascarenhas.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chitra. As we bring this enriching educational session to a close, I'm sure everyone agrees on the exceptional benefits we have gained today. We have learned valuable tips and strategies that will improve our impromptu speaking skills. Our sincere appreciation goes to the Educator Area 35 Director and DTAC 2025 Table Topics Champion, Toastmaster Vijay Ramah, for leading such an insightful and engaging session. The way you explained each concept was so clear and engaging that it got captured all our attention throughout the session. Indeed, a privilege to learn from such an accomplished Toastmaster. I would also like to extend my gratitude to both E&, and Newstart Toastmasters members, supported by Area 3, Division A Director Toastmaster Prasad Kadam, for making this joint session a huge success. Working together like this makes our Toastmaster community stronger and gives us more chances to learn and grow. Let's keep supporting each other and continue to develop as confident speakers and leaders. Over to you, MC Chitrananda.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Sunita Mascarenhas. This is a moment to acknowledge and appreciate everyone who contributed to making this today's session meaningful. Thank you so much. And
can we have one group photo?
Yeah.
I request all of you to put your cameras on.
Yeah. Yes, done. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, guys. All the best for your contest.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much.